Well, welcome back, guys. And I'm sure you're all a little perplexed about the title of this video: freezing, fussing, fleeing, fighting, and the psychology of combat. Um, these are four principles that I've wanted to talk about for quite a long time, especially and how they apply to the games that we play, and obviously specifically ARMA 3, because what's true in the real world amazingly translates directly into the virtual world. And once you understand what we're talking about, you'll see this happening game after game after game. And I've really wanted to make this video for a long time, but it's, quite an in-depth discussion and quite academic. Perhaps I'm not even qualified to talk about it. Probably not. But I have seen it in action, and I just thought perhaps it would be entertaining and enlightening to bring it to your attention. So these four things are basically what happens to troops in combat. They either freeze, they fuss, they flee, or they fight. And it's a well-known phenomenon. It's quite contentious with modern military doctrines and what have you, but it's getting a lot more traction recently. Anyway, this does translate into the game, and I've managed to put this video together just by a bit of quirk of good fortune, I suppose, in that I joined a map and played the last 10-12 minutes of a round, and all of these are in evidence, and they're all more or less exhibited by myself. So I'm going to take you through all of them, and which is sort of quite enlightening. I mean, I knew some of them, and I know a lot about the psychology, and I realise when I'm falling prey to some of the little nuances and pitfalls of how it affects even me in the virtual world. But here's a really clear illustration of it, and I think you'll enjoy it. I'll just quickly go through them before we get into what's going on, and I'll talk more as we go along. So freezing's pretty obvious. That's when people come under fire, they freeze, so they just stand still. Fussing, a bit more complicated, but essentially that's checking your gear. Have I got enough ammo? Where are my grenades? And it's a sort of an excuse for not doing anything, a bit of procrastination. Fleeing, well, that's pretty obvious. Let's run away. And fighting, well, we all know what that is. And what is really interesting is that all of these attributes apply to every player in ARMA 3. Everybody's guilty of doing them to different levels. As you can see by the title, I think I'm more of a fighter than a freezer and a fusser and a fleer. But I do the other three, and I'm going to show you that I do them, and so does everybody else. Now, fortunately, for people like me, there's a lot of people who are freezers and fussers, and sometimes fleers in the game, which allows me to get some of the good scores that I get. But let's get into the video. Let me explain a few bits and pieces as we go along. It's quite enjoyable, and it's quite epic in its own way. So let's see how we go. Right, so I'm just joining the map, and as you can see, Blue 4 dominating. They basically almost won it. They probably haven't got that many more people in the zone, but they've got them in the orange. So that's enough to tip the balance. So my first thought is, well, I've got to get in the zone, and really I've got to get to the orange. I've got no battlefield cognition. I haven't been in the map, so I don't know, who's sort of choosing to camp where, who is doing what. I don't know what it's like over this side of the map. I've just got to get there. So those are two quite nice kills. You saw me get my gun out before I went round the corner, but I still take a hit as I get across the road. So now I'm just trying to work out what's going on, who's doing what. A bit of the meta game. So just to try and give me some sort of appreciation of what's happening. this is not sort of fussing, but but it's you know, basically taking the time. You could say it's freezing or what have you, because I'm pausing. You know, I'm trying to get an idea, but I'm watching the score at the bottom, and you know, we're still under pressure. And this also goes to sort of another little idea that, you know, could form a dissertation or a thesis all on its own, and that is when to fight and when to freeze in King of the Hill. Now, as you can see, look, I'm desperately trying to get into the orange to equalise it, and there you go. That's potentially a pivotal moment. We've equalised it, and here I freeze because I don't need to do anything. It's okay at the moment. You know, I can wait for other people to filter in. I know the spawn vehicle is in the zone, so I'm freezing. I'm also, you know, trying to take stock of what's going on. But now, as you can see, it's changed, and the balance has tipped, and I've realised that. And look, I'm on the move, because this is where you've got to be decisive. You've got to take action. There's no point in me staying there and freezing. I've got to get out there. I've got to get killing people. I've got to try and get the balance back. So I've got to find someone to kill, and at the same time, I've obviously got to try and stay alive. So, you know, I'm not stupid. I've got into a building, but I am worried. You know, I'm thinking, well, look, you know, there must be something going on over there. This guy's killed. Look, we're still losing. We're still losing points. I can hear shots. I can't quite work out where it's coming from, though. That's another sort of issue that I'm having with audio, that I just can't seem to get it how I remember it being. But anyway, a bit of freezing and a bit of procrastination. What do I do? What do I do? I've got to push. I've got to find people. I've got to find them. We're running out of time. I was down by quite a bit. That was quite a lucky kill. I mean, I was quite quick, but I think that last round hit him in the head. I had to heal because he broke my legs, but look, all I'm doing is picking up my first aid kit, not bothering with the launcher, and pushing on. And as you can see, the score's going backwards and forwards. 1 second we're losing, then it's stabilised, and then we're losing again and stabilised, and that's why I'm pausing, because I'm watching the score. And it looks like we're okay for a second. Oh, and now it's equalised. And now we're losing again. So now I've got to go looking. Bit fortunate that he was there. And there you go, look, the score's back in our favour. So yeah, this is all that's going on while I'm sort of running around, and where I'm going position wise. I keep looking at the score, because I think, well, I've got to do this, I've got to make something happen. I've been quite cautious because look, you know, there really isn't much in it. And our guys are in the zone, so we've probably actually got less people physically in the AO than they have. It's just that we've got them in the orange. So yeah, here's a bit of freezing, is what you could call it. Now, okay, I'm not freezing because I'm stressed in combat. This is, you know, tactical freezing. I spotted someone over there, look. I was really hoping that would get him. But I think he got killed by the blast. I chucked that over there. I did think I had a frag for some reason. I don't know why, but I'd probably forgotten about the first frag that I threw as I sort of crossed the road. So that wasn't a tactical smoke. That was I've thrown a smoke because I thought I had a frag, because I'd forgotten. There we go. And you saw that little dip. That's something to do with this scope. I'll talk about that at the end. It's quite important. I do like the M68 CCO, but I'll explain why it's not the best scope really to use. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just being quite cautious now, because I can see that we've got the ascendancy. We're on the rise. Again, I don't think there's a huge difference in the amount of players in the zone, just where they are for the points. But I'm going to push, because I don't want him to be reviving him. But yeah, no, that rocket did get, or 203 did get the first guy, so we're all good. And I can hear movement, but I do want to get gear. And that's quite good reactions. I did hear him coming. I mean, you probably heard him coming on the audio as well. So Yeah, that was a bit of a silly risk, but you know, at the moment, if you look at the scores, we're doing all right. I'm still trying to snag gear, but I can hear footsteps like that. I'm going to take that though, because that could come in handy. You see, I'm fairly confident the spawn vehicle's over this side. I just don't know, obviously, where it is. I've got no idea exactly where it is. So that could come in handy for that. There's more pushing. So again, I'm aware that we're doing all right. Everything's going in our favour. So again, that's a little bit lucky. A little bit lucky, really. But then it's violence, speed, and momentum, as the good doctor would say. Standing still on the stairs gets you shot. Whereas running around, you're a bit harder to hit. So yeah, this is you could say this is fussing. That isn't fussing. That's a fuck up. That's me messing around, and then I see that, and I'm thinking, there's a hacker. Fucking, I thought he was speed hacking. Yes, so as you heard, when I first saw that whizzing along the wall, I thought that's a bloody speed hacker. Until obviously I saw him go past on his quad bike. But anyway, what we're doing now is a little bit of fussing and pausing. Because I can see, look, well, we seem to have it fairly much under control. I don't really need to do anything. And the rest of the audio until the end is going to be real in-game audio. Could be a bit of a fucking rescue, couldn't it? Because I start talking because I put my mic in front of my mouth. So I'll catch you towards the end. Not sure where to go. I mean, we're holding it at the moment, so tempted to go back across there, but fucking ammo's a problem, isn't it? One grenade. I mean, that was a bit of a cuntish thing to do, but shit, they might have seen me close the fucking door. No, that's the smoke for the meds. So if I can get the grenade off, we fucking might get a few of the fuckers. Get out of the fucking way. Oh, this is handy. I think we could do this, Fucking hell. Oh shit. Maybe not. Fucking bullshit again. Fucking Lenny. Problem with Lenny is I'll show you in a second. Lenny isn't brilliant, particularly good, as you can see. Anyway, but the problem with Lenny is that. Fucking 9 ping. Fucking hell. It's like being on a fucking LAN. Well, him being on a fucking LAN. Anyway. You know, how the fuck he didn't die, I don't know, but anyway. So, as you can see, we've really got control, and Blue4 have started quitting the server. I mean, that might have been people quitting it because they thought, oh, well, we've won this, it's all done. This is a little bit of a mistake. As you can see, I'm running with my gun out because, you know, I want to get back into the action. And then, of course, I'm thinking, okay, this is the open bit. I'm not sure if that's a guy, I just put some... perhaps I'll change to my binoculars. And really, it's a bit of a mistake, as you'll see. I should have probably done it the other way round. Yeah, I should have run through the woods with the binoculars and then had my gun out when I'm in the open. So that's, you know, I make mistakes all the time. But as you can see, it's all sorted really. I don't think they're going to come back from that, but you never know. So we're going straight back. Well, I think we made a difference. Well, I know we made a fucking difference because I fucking equalised the fucking zone, didn't I? What the fuck's going on here? So yeah. It was a good comeback, but I have to be honest, I fucking made it happen. Now you might disagree, but... Well, I didn't do it all, obviously, but... Fucking frame skips. Come on, guys. Good job, guys. Fucking look at this. The fucking Lorenzo's been here fucking all match. Anyway. Cool. Right, so I thought I'd go over the M68 CCO with you guys. And this is a little episode with Lenny. It's not an ideal scope if you're going to do heavy CQB, and this is why. I mean, I didn't spot him in the bloody doorway. There he is, look. And that is basically to do with the scope architecture. It just covers too much of the screen. So, you know, my personal preference, my advice, use the RXO rather than the CCO. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I hope that was, you know, quite a good little explanation of fleeing, fussing, fighting and freezing. And quite a good illustration, I think. I mean, as I said at the beginning, you know, I do all of them. And, you know, most of them, I'd like to say I do tactically. I'm pretty sure I fuss now and again as well when I'm thinking I don't really quite know what to do. I'll just repack my mags. No, very rarely do I do that. But I do it. There's no doubt about it. You know, it takes a lot of practice and a lot of combat time to sort of inoculate yourself against some of those bad practices. I wonder what you think, whether you experiencing them, whether it's ever occurred to you, or whether you think I'm talking a load of codswallop. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, guys. Please leave a like.